Let's talk about the exact moment when your ex finally starts wanting you back. Like, when does that happen? How does that even happen? Especially if at one point they're telling you, like, hey, I don't know. I need to work on myself. I don't know if I'm ready for a relationship right now. Like, I'm not sure we're compatible. And they start giving you these kind of statements, at one point earlier, around the breakup. How do you go from that to that exact moment where they want you back? Well, if you think about it, most of reality isn't this thing where, you just experience like one pole and then, in an instant later, it's the other end of the pole. If you're going to travel along the spectrum of like not being attracted to all of a sudden being attracted, probably the thing that's going to make the difference there is time. And with that time, you need to do two things. Number one, go into no contact with your ex, so you're not talking for a good stretch of time. And then number two, you're working on your life as if you're a freaking celebrity. You're doing things that are good for you, maybe even dating other people. And you're creating this new energy and this sort of momentum and enthusiasm for your own life that eventually, once your ex actually cares again, once they get curious to notice and then they actually care, your ex is going to pick up on that. So typically, when you get broken up with, it's for one of three reasons. Okay, number one, they've lost attraction. Number two, you've hurt them in some way, or they think that you're going to hurt them or something, or they feel unheard, so they wall themselves off because they think that you're going to hurt them. Or number three, they got overwhelmed in the relationship, or they have some fears of commitment, so they end up kind of like repressing their emotions for a certain period of time. Now, depending on whichever of those problems that were, relative to you, that's going to take anywhere between like 3 and 5 months to get past on average. So after you put in that amount of time, after you put in that amount of effort into your life, at some point your ex is going to come out of this, indifference, and they're going to take notice in you. It's going to be some weird night where they check your profile or you run into each other and it sparks their curiosity, like, I wonder what this person is doing. But at some point, even if you're blocked, they're going to unblock you. They're going to check your profiles. And now all of a sudden they're watching your stories or they're asking your friends about you. Now, if you handle that in a nonchalant and relatively indifferent way, you're not chasing them, but also not ignoring them either if they end up messaging you directly. If you're demonstrating outcome independence, in other words, you can take it or leave it with them, which requires for you to have moved on 50% of the way by that point. Now you're kind of in the game. As you're in the game, you're not getting more enthusiastic about things than they are. So you match their energy for the most part. But you're still keeping it fun and playful. You're not having a big talk. You're not jumping back into the I'm sorry's, I miss yous, and let's work things out and all that stuff. And if you patiently play this cat and mouse game with them, eventually you're going to build up anxiety with your ex. Now, as far as that exact moment where they decide they really want you, this is what's going to happen. They are going to dangle a carrot in front of you. It's going to be a meetup. It's going to be fishing for validation. It's going to be trying to figure out, how single, how available are you, how interested in them are you. Or they're going to give you an opportunity to meet them and chase after them, and you don't do it. And as long as you don't confirm your true feelings to them, you keep your cards to your chest, you don't show them your cards, and you foster this sense of mystery about you, and you also seem like you're busy, you have other things going on, but you're still open to talk to them. If you demonstrate that energy, which is the energy of somebody else that truly has other options with other people, they will begin to want you back. But that's a far cry from sitting in your basement, crying, listening to goth music with the lights off, putting out cigarettes on your arm. So if you want my help speeding up this process, click in my profile, click this link down here, set up a call with me, and I'm going to help you get your ex back.